My name is Carlie Zumwalt and I work at NASA. I work for the Flight Mechanics and Trajectory Design branch, so basically what that means is I help give directions to vehicles as they're entering the atmosphere to make sure that they land safely. I develop simulations of the Martian atmosphere, and I fly sample vehicles through the atmosphere and get an idea of how they are performing and how they're flying compared to the type of trajectories that we'd prefer them to fly. So the job really does encompass a lot of the STEM fields, but is very much science-based in the fact that you have to understand the physics of what is going on. I think science and engineering are intrinsically linked because you can't have one without understanding the other. And so they're very much interrelated and very much connected.
My name is Julie Mitchell and I work at NASA. My job title is Project Manager for Water Recovery Systems. So what that means is I lead a team of about 10 engineers, and we all work together to develop new technologies for recycling water on spacecraft. So we take the urine, we take the gray water, which is like shower water, all the water with soap in it, and other types of wastewater is what we call it on a spacecraft. And we recycle the water from that to the point where the crew can drink it again, and the cycle continues. The coolest part of my job, I think, is just the hardware side of it, the hands-on side of it. When you have an idea and you're able to walk into the lab and put things together and make that idea a reality. I think that's the most rewarding part of my job. It's the coolest part of my job.
My name is Tara Ruttley and I work at NASA. Well, I am the Associate Program Scientist for the International Space Station, and that is just a fancy way of saying that I help coordinate and communicate the experiments that happen on the space station. So I get to talk to the researchers and understand what's being done on space station and communicate that back to the public and to other researchers. I get to be a part of an unprecedented microgravity laboratory, a big, super cool laboratory with all these different facilities, and these experiments, they get to float. It's the only place on Earth you can do experiments with gravity being gone.
So my passion for science and math really started out when I was in middle school. I always loved math. I loved the challenge of math, and I loved the challenge of science. And that was sort of really got bitten by the NASA bug. I always wanted to be an astronaut. And specifically I wanted to be the first woman to walk on the moon. So I started off by doing a lot of the programs that are open to high school and college students. So I started off with the High School Aerospace Scholars Program, and then from there I did the Mars Settlement Design Competition. And then when I graduated high school and went to college, I did some undergraduate research with a professor of mine, and then took that research and applied to the Reduced Gravity Program and got to fly that research on the C9. And then once that program was finished, I applied to the co-op program, which was where I really got a taste of what it's like to be an engineer for NASA.
So when I was growing up, I actually spent the first few years of my life in a trailer park in Louisiana. I particularly enjoyed math and science in school, but I honestly never really thought I would use it for anything. I just did it because it was fun and it was interesting to me. And you know, going through elementary school, middle school, and high school, I never really thought about college. I never thought about what I would do after high school. I just kind of assumed I wasn't going to go to college. I've always wanted to understand how things work, why everything is the way it is. I've always asked a lot of questions, and I think science as a whole really does a good job of answering a lot of those questions.
From middle school, I wanted to work for the space program, and in fact, probably as early on as third grade. And it was just that space shuttle picture and the picture of these astronauts in their big white spacesuits doing EVAs that got me geeked up about science when I was I think I was in high school in Louisiana. My class took a field trip over to Johnson Space Center, and I asked one of the astronauts, something I know they get asked a lot now, what'd you do to get there? How did you get to be an astronaut? And he said to me, well, not everybody gets to be an astronaut, so you just do what you want to do and you have fun getting there. So having fun getting there, I took that to heart. You know, people told me, study hard, make good grades, do well in school, and you'll get to be anything you want to be. But no one had actually ever told me, just enjoy what you do, follow what you love. And my love has always been science, and so I followed that, and that's how I ended up where I was today.
I would tell my 13-year-old self, If I could go back and just say one thing, I would say believe that it's possible. If you think you can do it, if you believe that you can do it, you know, that's really the spark that starts everything else. And that's what started it for me. I had to believe that I could do it before I actually went out and did it. And so I would just go back and tell myself that yes, this is an option, yes, this is something you can do, and if you're interested in it, go after it.
Make what you do today count, make it fun, make it what you want it to be, and make it a step towards your future. If it's science, do it. You're going to be successful at it. If it's engineering, technology development, math, follow that goal because you'll be wonderfully successful at it and you'll have a great time at it too, so who can ask for more?
You can do anything that you put your mind to. I don't think that it's the smartest people that get ahead in life. It's the people that are the most motivated and most dedicated and most persistent. So I would say to set impossible dreams for yourself, impossible goals, and to work every day as hard as you possibly can to get there, because you will get there and it will be worth it. And there's nothing that can stop you from achieving your goals. So dream big.